My dear, have you ever tried putting a beautiful plant in that sunny corner of your balcony, and the next day it was all wilted with scorched leaves? I've lost so many plants that way, thinking they'd tough it out in the sun, but poor things just couldn't handle it. We get attached, we take care of them, and before you know it, they're gone. But look, over time and after lots of chats with fellow gardening lovers, I discovered some species that are true sun warriors. There are plants that seem like they were made to shine under the midday sun. Not only do they tolerate scorching heat, they thrive in it and become more beautiful every day. Those are perfect for people living in hot places or with gardens that get full sun all day. Today I'm going to show you 15 plants that can handle strong sunlight without even breaking a sweat. But before we dive in, can you do me a favor? Click down below and subscribe to the channel. That way you help me keep bringing you these valuable tips, and you won't miss any new updates. Ready? Let's discover these tough beauties together. 1. Moss Rose, Portulaca grandiflora. This one's a classic, but not many people know how powerful it is against the sun. Moss rose is the kind of plant that blooms during the hottest hours of the day. And that's where its quirky name comes from. Its little flowers, colorful like confetti, burst open under the blazing sun, like they're celebrating the heat. Pink, yellow, white, red. A true crawling rainbow in your garden. It stays low, spreads easily, and asks for almost nothing. Just give it well-drained soil. A spot with lots of direct sunlight and moderate watering. Too much water, in fact, is what brings this lady down. She prefers dry, hot weather, perfect for window boxes and hanging pots, where it can trail down like a floral waterfall. And there's more. Since it's a succulent, it stores water in its leaves, which makes it even more resilient. It adds a cheerful touch to your garden, even on the driest days. I always say around here, if your balcony turns into an oven in the afternoon, moss rose is your best friend. 2. Lavender, Lavandula angustifolia. Oh honey, just saying lavender already brings that lovely scent to mind, doesn't it? But what many people don't know is that this beauty isn't just fragrant. It's a sun warrior. Lavender loves heat, full sun, and even poor soil. Originally from the Mediterranean, it's used to hot, dry climates. So when the sun gets intense, it doesn't shrink. It blooms. I've got one in my backyard that gets sun all day long. And let me tell you, it's always full of flowers. The trick is not to soak the soil. It prefers infrequent watering to avoid root rot. Another golden tip, plant it where the wind can blow through. That way it grows strong, fragrant, and pest-free. And let's be real, that lilac hue is a showstopper. Besides its beauty and aroma, lavender repels insects and soothes the nerves. I even make little sachets to tuck into pillows. It's the kind of plant that cares for your home and your soul. 3. Hibiscus, Hibiscus rosa sinensis. Hibiscus. This one's a real showstopper, with its large open flowers that seem to greet the sun. And you know what's even better? It gives back every sunbeam with more color and life. This plant loves heat and thrives in places with full sun. You can plant it in the ground or in large pots. Just make sure it gets several hours of direct sunlight, and it'll reward you with a daily spectacle. There are red, pink, yellow, white, and even variegated hibiscus. In my neighborhood, each house has a different color, and the street looks like a summer parade. Just one tip, it likes well-nourished soil and benefits from light pruning from time to stay beautiful. And of course, regular watering. But don't let it get soggy. because hibiscus doesn't like wet feet. And did you know hibiscus flowers can be used for tea? And a powerful tea, at that. It's great for blood pressure, digestion, and even helps with bloating. I harvest the dried flowers and keep them in a jar. 4. Sage, Salvia officinalis. My dear, if there's a plant that deserves applause for toughness and usefulness, it's sage. This girl is tough as nails and faces the sun like she faces life, with strength and grace. Native to the Mediterranean regions, it loves heat, well-drained soil, and full sun. The more aromatic the leaves. It looks great in garden beds and is perfect for seasoning food and making soothing tea. Its leaves have a silvery, slightly velvety look that adds a special charm to the garden. I like planting it alongside rosemary and lavender because they make a trio that's not only pretty but also useful and super fragrant. And the best part? Sage keeps bad bugs away and attracts bees and butterflies. Always welcome around. Here. And it's not just a kitchen herb. It's got ancient symbolism of protection, wisdom, and healing. At my place, when someone's got a sore throat or needs a little relief, I rush to make tea with fresh sage leaves. Strong in the sun and strong in its healing. 5. Agave. Agave americana. Now get this. Agave is practically a desert monument. It's imposing, sculptural, and handles the harshest sun like it's nothing. If you want a plant that doesn't just survive the heat, but adds an elegant landscape, touch to your garden, this is the one. Its thick, long, pointed leaves form a gorgeous rosette that looks like a star opening up to the sky. I always joke that agave is the garden soldier, needs little water, no fuss, and stays strong in the same spot for years. It grows slowly, but once it takes to the soil, it can get huge. Just don't plant it where kids play, okay? The tips of the leaves are sharp, so I always keep mine in a more secluded corner. And here's something interesting. Agave is even used to make tequila. Of course, ours in the garden won't become a drink, but it's cool to know that this rustic plant has such a rich history. Even during dry spells, it stays green and beautiful. 6. Rosemary, Rosmarinus officinalis. Sweetie, rosemary is that loyal friend every garden should have. Strong, fragrant, and oh so useful. And when it comes to strong sunlight, it's a champion. Native to the dry Mediterranean areas, rosemary loves heat and full sun. If you give it a spot with plenty of sun and don't overwater, you'll see it grow lush and aromatic all year long. I keep a rosemary pot by my front door, and every time I pass by, I pinch a bit, just to enjoy that delicious smell besides seasoning food. And oh, it's amazing on roasted chicken. It's also good for teas, energizing baths, and even for warding off bad vibes, according to old traditions. And hey, it doesn't hurt to try. It grows like a little shrub, can be pruned without fear, and looks even better afterward. It likes well-drained soil that dries out between waterings. And the best part? Even on the hottest days, rosemary stands tall, proud, and fragrant. 7. Lantana, Lantana camara. Lantana! This little firecracker is pure color and heat. If there's a plant that loves the heat and seems to bloom even more the hotter it gets, it's this one. The flowers are small, but they grow in vibrant clusters that dazzle the eyes, with shades of yellow, pink, orange, red, and sometimes all mixed into a single bloom. It's pure joy in the garden. This girl really loves full sun all day long. I've got one planted in the front yard, where the sun beats down hard from early morning, and it's always blooming, surrounded by butterflies. Yes, butterflies! They're crazy about Lantana, so if you enjoy seeing lively nature in your backyard, this plant is a daily invitation to beauty, and it's low maintenance too. Lantana thrives even in poorer soils, as long as it drains well. It's drought-resistant, salt-tolerant, and even forgives the occasional missed watering. Just watch its growth. If it likes the spot, it'll spread. But hey, let it. The more Lantana, the more color. 8. Snake plant, Sansevieria trifasciata. My dear, this one's practically a green blessing for the home. Snake plant is strong, protective, and one of the most resilient plants around. And that's not just legend. Besides being a symbol of spiritual protection in many cultures, it can handle direct sun, scorching heat, and even dry winds without losing its vigor. It's the kind of plant you can almost forget about, and it still stands tall and proud. The leaves are long, stiff, and really do look like swords, with stripes in shades of green and sometimes yellow edges. I have a planter with them right by my front door, where the sun blazes all day. And here's the beautiful part. Even with little care, it stays spotless, pest-free, and gorgeous. Plus, it purifies the air. How great is that? It can go in pots or straight in the ground, just don't overwater. Too much water can rot the roots. Other than that, just give it sun and enjoy its strong, silent presence. Around here, she's also a guardian. My grandma always said, where there's a snake plant, there's protection. 9. Cactus, various species. Cacti. These are the true kings of sun and heat. They grow in deserts where the ground is dry and the sun beats down all day. And still they stand tall, and some even bloom. Each species has its charm. Some grow tall, others look like tiny sculptures. But they all have one thing in common. They love blazing sun and need almost no water. I've got a little collection at home in a sunny corner, and each one looks like a piece of art. There are round ones, spiky ones, even some that look like monkey tails. The secret to keeping them beautiful is simple. A pot with great drainage, no water sitting underneath, and only water when the soil is bone dry. And don't be fooled by their quiet looks. When they bloom, and yes, they do, it's a show. Some give pink, white, orange flowers, a hidden beauty that appears when you least expect it. They're like strong people, discreet, but full of life inside. 10. Orange Jasmine, Maria paniculata. Sweetheart, orange jasmine is one of those plants that slowly win your heart. It grows quietly, firmly, with shiny green leaves, and suddenly, it blooms. And what blooms? Tiny white flowers with a sweet scent that fills the yard on hot afternoons. And best of all, it loves full sun. The more sun it gets, the more leaves and flowers it produces. Around here, lots of folks plant it as a hedge because it's tough, grows fast, and forms a dense screen. But it also looks gorgeous on its own, as an ornamental shrub. Just give it a trim now and then to keep its shape and water it moderately. Don't overdo it, because it doesn't like soggy roots. The soil needs to drain well and get plenty of sun throughout the day. And there's more. Orange jasmine attracts bees and birds when in bloom, and that brings a priceless liveliness to any garden. I always say it's a modest plant, but with a generous soul. It perfumes, beautifies, and handles the heat like it was born from it. 11. Buganvilia, Buganvilia spectabilis. Oh, my dear, Buganvilia, or spring, as we often call it, is a true spectacle under the sun. This plant is like those women who grow more beautiful with time, exuberant, colorful, and incredibly tough. It adores heat and direct sunlight, and the more sun it gets, the more it blooms. It's almost like it feeds on the sky's glow. The actual flowers are tiny and white, but what gives it all that color are the bracts. Those modified leaves that look like petals in pink, purple, red, orange. A party. A neighbor down the Mahat street planted hers along the fence, and now it's a living curtain of flowers. I've got a climbing one on my back wall, and when it blooms, it's like the whole yard lights up. It's hardy and undemanding, regular soil, full sun, and spaced out, watering. Just give it room to grow, because it will spread. And watch out, it has thorns. So it's best planted where no one will brush against it. But it's worth every scratch. When Buganvilia bursts into bloom, it's breathtaking. 12. Crown of Thorns, Euphorbia millii. This one, my dear, is for those who like plants with personality. Crown of Thorns has a rustic beauty, with delicate flowers that bloom all year round, even during the hottest days. It's one of those plants that may look fragile at first, but when you get to know it, you'll see it's stronger than many of the tough ones out there. It handles direct sun, intense heat, and even drought, like it's nothing. The flowers, which are actually bracts, like in Buganvilia, come in red, pink, yellow, and white, beautifully contrasting with the thorny stems. Yes, it has lots of thorns, but that's not a problem. Just find a corner where no one will bump into it and let it soak up the sun. It can go in a pot or directly in the ground, as long as the soil drains well. I like to say, Crown of Thorns is a plant of faith, resilient, beautiful, and full of symbolism. They say it protects the home and wards off bad energy. And let me tell you, at my place, it never fails to bring color, even during the harshest summers. And the best part? It asks for almost nothing in return. 13. Ixora. Ixora coccinea. Ah, Ixora! That's one of those plants we'd see in Grandma's garden and think it was pure magic, right? It forms tiny flower clusters in shades of red, orange, yellow, and pink that look like little colorful balls stuck to the branches. And the most charming part, it blooms year-round if it gets full sun. The more sun, the more flowers. It's like it feeds on the light. Ixora likes slightly acidic, well-drained soil, but it's not fussy. Just prep its little spot well, water it moderately, and let the sun do the rest. It forms dense shrubs, making it great for hedges or as a tropical accent in large pots. I have a red one near my gate that always catches the eye of people passing by. And what I love most about it, it's quiet and steady. While other flowers come and go, Ixora is always there, full of color, not demanding much, like a loyal friend, discreet, resilient, and always ready to brighten our days. 14. Chenille plant, Acalypha hispida. Sweetheart, this plant is a true showstopper. The chenille plant, as the name suggests, has dangling flowers that look just like fuzzy red cattails, swaying in the wind. And the coolest part? The more sun it gets, the more stunning it becomes. It's one of those tropical plants made to shine under the hot sun without losing an ounce of charm or delicacy. It enjoys humidity but can handle dry spells once it's well rooted. And when it's happy, preferably in a spot with plenty of direct sun. It can bloom for months on end. I have one in the backyard, right where the sun hits from mid-morning until late afternoon. And girl, it's something else. Looks like a natural Christmas decoration. It just needs rich soil and consistent watering, but not too much. You can grow it in a large pot or directly in the ground, and the effect is always the same. Joy and surprise for everyone who sees it. Even people who don't know a thing about plants stop and ask, "What flower is that?" And I always tell them, proudly. 15. Yellow Bell, Golden Trumpet, Alamanda cathartica. To wrap things up with a golden flourish, let's talk about alamanda, a sun-loving vine that looks like it was hand-painted. Its large sunshine yellow flowers burst open on the hottest days. It's tropical, lush, and completely unafraid of heat. It needs direct sunlight to bloom vigorously, and trust me, the more light it gets, the more it flowers. It practically glows from the inside out. In my garden, it covers a metal arch at the entrance, and birds often perch there. The flowers are fragrant, the green is vibrant, and the plant grows fast, which makes it ideal for covering fences, pergolas, or creating a living screen on a porch. Just one heads up, its sap is toxic, so don't let kids or pets near it unsupervised, okay? It likes fertile, well-drained soil, and needs a little help climbing, since it leans on structures but doesn't cling by itself. But once it gets going, it's pure abundance. Alamanda is one of those plants that can turn any simple corner into a scene straight out of a telenovela. Ah, my dear, what a lovely journey we've taken together today, haven't we? 15 plants that don't just survive under the blazing sun. They bloom, show off, and remind us how it's possible to be strong and beautiful at the same time. And the most beautiful part is that each one has a story, a personality, just like us. Some are low-key, some bold, some need more care, others just want a sunny spot. I'm so happy to share these tips with you, like we're sitting on the porch, swapping seedlings, laughing at life and remembering that it's always the right time to care for something, even if it's just a little plant in an old ice cream tub. Having a beautiful garden, even under the fiercest sun, is totally possible, and you've just seen how. Now it's just a matter of choosing which of these wonders will get a special place in your home. And hey, if this video helped you, sparked a new idea, or even brought back sweet memories of Grandma's backyard, consider clicking the thanks button down below. That little gesture helps keep this channel alive, made with so much love just for you. And of course, share it with that friend who's always saying nothing grows in her garden. Who knows? She might just find her new favorite plant here. See you in the next video, sweetheart.